Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Divine Empowerment. My name is Joanne, and I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed, liked, commented, shared the videos. Much love, much gratitude. Also, too, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and tap the bell because I do live tarot readings, live psychic readings. This way you get notified and you can come and ask me questions. Awesome. All right, beautiful souls. Also, too, I want to send out a special thank you to everyone who has purchased the Soul Realignment reading and clearing works, as well as the other sessions and readings that I offered. Much love, much gratitude. Okay, so today's video is really awesome. I have a channeled message for you guys from Archangel Michael. Now, I have written all of it out, so I will be reading it to you. And then afterwards, I'm going to be pulling some tarot cards to look at some of the things that Spirit wants us to release for this full moon, 222. It will be the most powerful full moon that we have ever experienced. And Archangel Michael shared that each full moon, he gave more specific information as to what is actually happening. And it's going to continue until the summer solstice. Yay! All right, super excited about this. Yay! Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is go over Archangel's channeled message. All right. Love and light to the children of earth, starseeds, and celestial beings of Architect, and transformation. At this time, all of the Galactic Federation has gathered very near planet Earth. There are 3 celestial energies transforming and healing planet Earth at this time, and all living beings at this time. Blue ray of awakening, golden ray of healing, and diamond ray of consciousness. If you're having any difficulties integrating these energies, please ask myself, any of the archangels, or ascended masters to bring you aboard the Arcturian ships for healing sleep pods. Each of the Galactic Federations have volunteers who are allowing the archangels and the ascended masters to speak directly through their vessels. Any and all transmissions will be received and answered. Unfortunately, we still are unable to make our presence known to the mass population at this time. However, all of the top governments are in contact with us and are working in full cooperation with the Galactic Federation. Please do not worry of any threats of war or other planetary destructions. All of the cabal leaders have been removed and imprisoned by the Galactic Federation and their volunteers. And their followers, supporters, and such are voluntarily leaving Earth for sanctuary on other planets outside of this galaxy. The scare tactics you are witnessing are being used to bring out the more resistant ones. Your current world leaders are working in full cooperation, even though they are not being fully supported and recognized for their efforts at this time. It is best to remain neutral and trust that this is for the highest good of planet Earth and all of its inhabitants. Each full moon from now until the summer solstice, the angel of death and life will be performing a purging ceremony for the subconscious programming that the cabal initiated. In order to prepare your physical bodies, you will need to bathe your bodies or exfoliate thoroughly in a shower. If these are not available to you, you can rub your bodies down with coconut oil, olive oil, any oil that you have access to, and then wipe them off thoroughly. If you start to purge, please drink electrolytes and take probiotics. Or you can eat food that is high in probiotics. For full moon ceremonies, please represent each of the 4 elements: water, fire, earth, and wind. You can do this indoors or outdoors. Namaste. Love and light. Blessings to you all, Michael. Now, he does have a PS. Each new moon, the 3 energies will be amplified. Each half moon, you may start experiencing strange or abnormal happenings. Awesome. What a beautiful and powerful message. Thank you, Archangel Michael. And, you know, I remember back, maybe a few years back, there was some energy things that were going on. And there are some meditations that I found on YouTube where you can listen to them before you go to sleep. And it walks you through actually being transported to the Arcturian ships and the sleep healing pods. And I think it's really awesome that they actually have volunteers that are allowing the archangels, the ascended masters, to communicate in the physical with our world leaders, with in between the Galactic Federation. So awesome. All right. So now we're going to be pulling some cards to look at what, and remember, the full moon is about releasing what no longer serves you, whether it be relationships, beliefs, habits, or it's just about anything, right? Even just cleaning our environment can be sufficient. Throwing out things that we don't use, will never use, or cleaning out your closet, cleaning out your makeup tub or your tool collection. Maybe you have some old rusted tools that are no longer usable. Go ahead and take some time to clean those out. All right, let's see, Spirit. What Spirit wants to tell us about this full moon 222 release. Okay. And I'm working specifically with as the above and so below decks. Okay. Yes, so definitely I'm cleaning your physical bodies, cleaning your spaces, organizing, throwing out things that you don't need, that do not serve you, clothes that don't fit, tools, broken jewelry, missing jewelry pieces. Clean out your environment, clean your bodies, make sure that you do a lot of self-care on this full moon. Exfoliate, soak in salt, sea salt baths, anything that's, clip your nails, anything that you can think of for self-care. Oh, and then Lilith. A lot of blessings coming in between the full moon and the new moon. So the more you clean, the more you release, the more abundance and the things that you're wanting to manifest and attract will have space and energy to come into your realities. And for twin flames, definitely a lot of triggering that's going to be taking place on these full moons, especially right before, during, and right after. If you're in separation, you might come in and out of reconciliation very rapidly. There might be many reconciliations and many separations, and it's all an attempt to purge our subconscious and allow the angel of death and life to remove that programming so that we can step into our divine spiritual being selves. And taking action, following our intuition. Think of everything that you've been putting off taking action towards. Things that, it just never seems to be enough time. Make sure on the full moon specifically, and as you can see, he's standing in front of a full moon, or something that looks like a full moon, a big giant circle. Take some time on the full moon to actually get out your intentions, right? Your list of intentions, your goal list. Look at the things that you're wanting to manifest, and then make an action list. What actions that are available to you today, on that day, that you can take towards these intentions, these manifestations. Now, and you want to take action. Some of you, it may just be about making an action list. Some of you, it might be actually making an intention list. Some of you, it might even be more about making an emotional grid, okay, which is key for manifestation. Make out your list of intentions, your goals, and then next to each one, put the energy, the emotion that you want to experience because of that manifestation. Then on a separate piece of paper, you can start with the emotions and you just write them out in no specific order. Just fill up the page, and then you want to connect them intuitively with lines. This is going to make for a grid-like presentation. And then you want to release that to the universe. Okay. Yes, this full moon too is a lot about releasing negative beliefs that no longer serve you. Releasing them, breaking down those belief patterns that we have built on that subconscious programming. Now, at first, it's going to be really mentally overwhelming. However, as each full moon comes between now and the summer solstice, it will get easier and easier. And relationships, the 8 of water, understanding and not chasing after relationships. If a relationship exits your reality, trust that it will come back when it's meant to come back. Relationships, sometimes we tend to hold on to relationships, or we chase after relationships, when really we need to focus on our relationship with ourselves and trust that these relationships will come back in divine timing. Put this over here. Okay. 7 of water. Being grateful. Being, grateful for the life lessons that your relationships have brought you through and towards while they were there. Understanding that we all have soul contracts with everyone in our reality. Some soul contracts are very brief. Some are very extensive. Some are high-level soul contracts, meaning lifelong soul contracts. Some are just temporary. Maybe someone that, like your school bus driver, the lady that drives your bus to and from school every day. that would be more of a minor, brief soul contract. Okay. Awesome. Oh. A lot of intense dreams are taking place too. Right now, on the full moon, and then after the full moon. So you guys may be having interrupted sleep or feeling like you're not getting fully rested during sleep because of this intense dreamscape. For myself personally, I actually went through a whole night without sleeping. Every time I attempted to sleep, I never could reach REM state. It was like I was awake, very conscious and aware of my surroundings, that I was in bed, I was on the boat, I could hear the wind, I could hear the water, but I was dreaming some of the most intense dreams ever. And then I would wake up, or at least I felt like I was waking up, but it never really felt like I went to sleep to begin with. Now, I chose at that point to rather entertain myself awake and skip the dream time on that particular night, because it just got to be a little too much. So listen to your bodies, listen to your guidance. If you can't sleep, and it's worse if you do sleep, then you don't have to sleep. You will be able to make up that rest, and then you can also, again, ask Archangel Michael or any of the archangels or ascended masters for sleep healing sleep pods aboard the Arcturian galactic ships. All right, in fact, I think I'm going to do that as well. That would be nice. Okay, let's see what else Spirit wants to share with us on the spiritual aspect of this full moon. And then we're going to get into the more physical with So Below. Okay, so I get the Four of Earth. Again, you really want to ground yourself with these energies because they can get to be a little overwhelming. So make sure that you're doing grounding meditations daily. This is going to bring you stability in that mental purge, okay? So make sure that you do grounding meditations, or even take a walk outdoors, or go sit on the grass, or sit by a tree, or anything that kind of gives you that connection to Mother Earth, and set the intention for that you both will be healed for the highest path and purpose of all. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, the Goddess. This is perfect. All right, so we have the new moon, which is represented by the maiden. We have the half moon, which is representative of the mother. And then we have the full moon, which is representative of the crone. Okay, so think of it like the new moon, they're going to amplify those three celestial energies. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I love that verbiage. Definitely going to start using that more often. The three celestial energies will be amplified. By the half moon, this is where the ungrounding is going to happen, and strange things will happen. You know, suddenly you might lose an object, or an object appears in your environment and you have no idea where it came from or how it got there. Little strange mishaps or glitches in the matrix will occur. And this is because of the transformation energy of those celestial energies coming in. And then on the full moon, we will have the purging ceremony for our subconscious minds, facilitated by the angel of death and life. Beautiful. I'm loving that that card came up. Okay, and then I get the Five of Water. A lot of you will have difficulty on this full moon. So rituals, ceremonies, and they don't have to be grand or planned months in advance or anything like that. You don't have to have a 20-foot bonfire and sitting by a roaring creek with wind blowing and on a giant mountain. Does not have to be grand. It can be very, very simple. You can do this indoors with a candle, with a bowl of water, with a fan, with a plant nearby, and just set the elements in front of you, and just release. You can make out those lists of things that do not serve you, especially beliefs, right? Or you can go out in the backyard and start your little fire in the barbecue pit or whatever it is, and bring out maybe some bowls of water, and of course, hopefully there's always wind, there's always air. So really, you don't have to do anything in that aspect, even indoors. It's more about symbolism. You can use a feather to represent wind and air. And outside, you can, again, you'll be outside, so you'll be right there in Mother Earth's bosom, Earth bosom. So definitely, like I said, it doesn't have to be grandeur. It doesn't have to be all out, planning months in advance, sitting on, some energy vortex in Ireland, or no, it can be very, very simple. But just by the action, taking action on that ceremony, that representation, will facilitate a much smoother full moon experience for us. All right, let's see what else. But then again, Two of Air, it's not necessary, okay? Again, you can ask Archangel or any of the Archangels or Ascended Masters for assistance with this full moon energy. All right, and then definitely reach out, connect with loved ones, with family members. Let people know that they're loved, that they're valued, that you're grateful for relationship with them. And this is going to be huge leading up into the Beltane, which is in May. So huge things coming. I'm so excited for 2020. Blessings into infinity. Namaste.